Hey guys, today we're going to start a new game called Adventures Domain Online. It's Steam Early Access. I believe it was $13.98 on sale right now, so a little over $14 with tax. So that's going to run you through the character creation and then the tutorial with the basic movement controls and like a starter quest. So no spoilers or anything. It's something you'll see whenever you log into the game and do. Basic kind of cartoon style character development. Has really colorful hair. I'm gonna make like green hair and green beard, I think. Uh, Eye color is really hard to see. This very basic. The skin color basically go from light white to a dark black. You can have some pretty cool looking beards though, as you'll see here in a second. Um, and then facial features, nothing to write home about. They're pretty basic. The scars you can barely see. It looks kind of like your face got smashed in a little bit on a couple of them. So I'll run through the character creation and I'll stop talking here until we get to the tutorial and then the starter quest. As always, if you find any of the content I put out helpful or enjoyable, please consider liking and subscribing and hitting the notification bell. I also play New World, but the player base has dwindled pretty significantly. There were about 100,000 people playing whenever Brimstone Sands expansion came out. Now it looks like there's around 23, 24,000, and I'm sure 4 or 5,000 of those are bots. Looks like only about 10,000 people in the United States. Majority are in Europe and East Asia. All right, we got the character finished. Going to enter the world. Looks like right now there's only one world, so I guess one server that runs all of it. Load times are pretty quick on this. It seems like it's pretty nice. It's typical WASD movement pattern. Later on, it'll show you can actually dodge by double clicking. Like the W, you'll roll forward. Um, the A, you'll kind of dodge to the left. D to the right, and S, you'll roll backwards. Use the E for the interaction key, and it's kind of nice because these quests they'll actually read them to you. So I like that. The voice dialogue quests are pretty cool. Then you can use your mouse cursor to click the either continue or finish or accept quest buttons in the bottom right hand corner. So we'll accept this quest.
But I've blocked it. At least for now. I need you to get back to Jinmire. Tell the gods what's
And that's nice. It'll show you the quest rewards there, and you can scroll over top of them to see what they actually are. This looks like it has a cloak and then uh, some other sort of, I don't know if that's like reputation points or something on the left, and then some gold. All right, so it's going to tell you to run over here and examine something, and you have to pretty much aim at it and get very close to it to interact with it. So, and that's also how you're going to loot. It'll show like a little crosshairs. You see that little crosshair there on the screen. And then, all right, here we're going to choose a starting weapon. So, just basically your martial weapon, your sword, ranged weapon, bow, or assuming the book there is for magic. Didn't try it. I picked the sword. So, that's the easiest thing to start with in a game. And of course, use A to open your inventory. And there's lots of different tabs, which I'll show at the very end of the video. Um, Whenever you're opening, you want to equip your item. You actually will take it and drag it. So you drag it to one of your hands. I only tried the left hand. I didn't know if maybe later I can get a shield and put in the right hand. So do that. And then you'll have a hot bar that'll have abilities on it. But basically, you can use left click for your normal sword strike whenever you're using the sword, and then right click does kind of like an AoE move, and it has a cooldown. You can see like your stamina bar up there. All right, we're gonna run out here, and of course, the space bar is the jump. And if you need to crouch down later, we're gonna go through something. You hit the control button for that. Then this got tab targeting, so you'll tab to go to a item, and you can tab back and forth between. Then if you want to unlock from the tab, you'll just hit your interact button, your E button. You can mess around and attack the target dummy a little here. Then we'll run out of the room and start working on the quest. Like I said before, in order to crouch through like doorways, you'll do that. You can interact with some of the items on the floor and such. I'm gonna go up here and kick some skeleton butt here. That's pretty easy. Definitely very easy. There's another one there off to the left. Comes another guy. So it looks like you can attack the same mobs. There's some lore there. Basically, you're gonna target it with your crosshairs and hit your E button to interact and pick it up. All right, so we're gonna hit this. Well, somebody already killed that spider. All right, so we're gonna head on out of the room and continue the quest. You can damage things like the barrels and stuff. There'll be some coffins up in the one of the next rooms, and you can actually open those, and they'll drop some gold and stuff like that, which was pretty cool. So you can see that. I'm not sure. I didn't try, but I'm not sure if you can pick up other people's loot or not. I didn't want to be a dick there, so. But it looks like you might be able to. As I said there before, you can actually open like those coffins and stuff, and that one had some loot in it. It had a wooden club, which I think it has a little more damage than what my sword actually does when I check it out there at the end of the video. And then some gold. You got to be right on top, aiming with that crosshairs to actually pick up the items. I got some rusty gauntlets there, and I don't know if I even actually picked those up. No, I did get them. Alright, so we'll keep running through.
You can dodge attacks by double tapping your move keys.
Like I had said there at the beginning of the video, you double click the button and it'll do a roll forward for the W, and then a roll backwards for the S, and then kind of like a dodge to the left and right with the A and the D keys. Also, you'll see on the left there, there's your hot bar 1 through 5, and a cross shape. As always, if you enjoy any of the content, please consider liking and subscribing. And let me know in the comments anything else. I'm going to play through this game and probably do a lot of videos on it, the different menus, and then once we get out into the open world, some of the boss fights. Looks like here is the very end of the area. So we got some XP and we leveled up. And I'm going to open up some of the menus and show you guys and girls what some of the different menus do and such. Alright, so I used I to open my inventory. Then you can see the chest there on the left is all your items and such. And you can click through what looks like a halberd or an axe for to see what your weapons are. And then the next one looks like an armor. Then that brain there seems to be the skills. So you got the martial skills, defensive skills, and magic skills. So I'm going to just put a couple on my swordsmanship and one on my heavy armor for now. And whenever I look at my inventory in a few minutes, it'll show one of the items. It'll say 4 out of 4 for heavy armor to equip. So I'm guessing that's how we're going to max some of our skills up. Some of them you'll need certain things to be able to actually equip. Yeah, as you can see, I need 4 out of 4 heavy armor. I only have 1 out of 4 to equip those gauntlets, those rusty gauntlets. Then there's your potion, your foods, and some materials in that tab. And I'm assuming those are some sort of tools, and those just basic materials there. Alright, and then there's the skills for the loadout. That first skill there is a AoE skill, and then the second skill is a kick, which is just a stun. So looks like probably an easy way to kill some of these mobs at the beginning would be to open up with the kick skill for a stun, and then use the AoE attack and then basic attack after that, while your AoE attack, the stronger attack, is cooling down. And then the next tab is showing the adventurer level, things like your stamina, your weapon damage, health, mana if you're using magic, attack speed and such. And then trade skill levels, which I'm sure we'll get into here later. Then that next tab is the quest tab. So you'll see that, and I'm assuming the shopping cart is probably a store tab, which I haven't looked at yet. Hopefully it's not pay to win. And then there's reputation you can see there. I'm assuming it'll probably be for each type of village you go to and such. In there, if you hit escape, it'll take you out to the main menu. It'll show you some things you can do, like toggle your lanterns, hit V to loot all the items, which that was cool. I didn't see that. Some different other things. As always, thanks for watching. I appreciate the views. Hopefully this content was helpful. Please consider liking and subscribing. And I'll post this video, and then as I play through, I'll post a few more. Hopefully they're very helpful.